Hello and welcome. This is Sadusman. In this video, we are going to discuss a DAX function called SelectedValue. This function helps when we need to evaluate whether a particular column in the data model is filtered by a distinct value. We can then use this in combination with other DAX functions to get a desired result. If the result is not a distinct value, the formula gives an alternate result. Before discussing further, let's look at the data. We have a table visual in which we have sales of various products across different cities. We need to compute a 5% sales commission in those cases where the product category equals laptops. For this purpose, we have a slicer in the report where we can filter our desired product category. This slicer is adjusted to select only one category at a time. So we can select one of the categories like graphic cards or hard drives or laptops, and multiple selection is disabled. What we want is when we select laptops from the product category slicer, we need to see a 5% sales commission, whereas in other cases the commission could be nil. Traditionally, we could use two DAX functions like values and HASONEVALUE to get the desired result. Let's see how it was done earlier. For that purpose, we are going to create a measure. Let's call this measure laptop commission. If has one value and we want to see whether the product category has one value or not. If the product category has one value, then we need to check if the value selected is equal to laptop. If this is so, then we need to calculate 5% of the sales value. And when we close our brackets, let's do some formatting here and put this measure in the visual. And there you see the total sales when we have laptop in the product category slicer. There's a laptop commission as well. If I select some other product category like monitors, the commission value goes away, and this is exactly what we want. Now we can rewrite the same formula using the SelectedValue function. This formula, which is shorter, gives the same results as before. Let's create the formula. We will call this laptop commission 2, and we will start with if again. Now we are going to use SelectedValue, and we want to see whether the selected value in the product category is only 1, and if this is equal to laptop. If this is equal to laptop, then we can simply multiply the total sales with 5% to get our desired result. Let's format this and put this in the visual. Let's select laptop from the product category slicer, and then you can see both the formulas result in the same answer. In this formula, the SelectedValue function checks first of all if the filter context is getting only one value from the product category slicer or product category table. The if function then applies the condition when the category is equal to laptop. If the condition is satisfied, then it calculates 5% commission. Also look at another application of this formula. In the visual, we see that the sales value are shown in absolute terms. We would like to give the user an option to reflect these values either in thousands or in millions. For that purpose, we need to create a manual table to get these options. I'm going to create a table. Let's call this denomination table, and denomination and values. Let's call this units, 1, thousands, 1000, and then millions, million. I will click on load table inside our data model. So we have this table over here. I'm going to click the values, and I will click on the denomination, and I will create a slicer for this denomination. Let's increase the size of this, and now we have a slicer for the various denominations. We can select millions, thousands, or units here. What I want is I would like to see the values change based on the selection in the slicer. For this purpose, we are going to create a formula, and we'll call this formula, let's say, short value, and I will first create a variable. I will call it divisor, selected value, and from selected value we need to capture the denomination values here. And if the denomination value is 1, like is it units or thousands or millions, then the selected value will be coming over here. If no selection is made, then I would like to replace it with a 1 or a unit measure. And then I will create a variable called result, and in result I will use a divide function. I will divide my measure total sales by the divisor, and then I will return my result. Let's see how it behaves. Let's format it and put this in this visual. Our short values here, let's put it over here. And right now the units is selected, so the absolute value is shown over here. If I change it to thousands, the value changes, and if I change the denomination to millions, then it works really well. So based on the selection of denomination from the slicer, the measure gives us the required value either in absolute terms, in thousands, or in the millions. I'm sure there's a lot to learn in DAX, and I'm going to share some useful information in the coming videos as well. I hope you would have enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.